frankly, this question kind of makes me feel a bit nostalgic, I would say, because this kind of starts even before my professional career started, wherein I started looking into certain things, right? And there were really those days. This is like back even before 2000 and stuff, where we used to get into late night working and stuff, and a lot of systems programming and things, which got me into this domain of storage especially. And I started my career with the best of the companies one could imagine, living in Pune, which was Veritas, which was quite an experience. Moving on, I moved to a company called as Ruxin, which used to work more into, I would say, mobility space. And this is like way early when mobiles were very rare in India itself. So many times I recall, like, we used to import phones from UK at our client actually and work on those. So that was my next stint, quite interesting enough. After that, I kind of came back into the storage domain, which I loved since my college days itself, wherein worked for very interesting customers like EMC, wherein worked on file systems or the replication, volume managers and things. Quite intriguing. Met with many senior architects even in US and during my travel times and stuff. Some of them were like folks who worked for AT&T, Bell Labs and stuff, which is considered to be like the haven of software industry and things, right? So it was quite fortunate for me. Moving on, did multiple client projects in various data protection areas and things where there are interesting solutions even today which are being tried to be implemented, something around called as continuous data protection, which is a kind of a very difficult problem, to be frank, to be solved. So we did manage to get some solutions out there where a lot of bare metal recovery and there are a lot of nuances which are really needed to be understood and done here. So got into the details of it. Going ahead, I worked on HPC as well, which is like high performance computing, and was fortunate to work on Lustre file system. So this is one of the file systems which is like used by or in 16 top 16 supercomputers. So you can imagine supercomputers which are across the globe solving very specific problems. Like in UK, there is a SK, Square Kilometre Array telescope, or the Hydrogen Collider, as many might know, where the particle acceleration and things have been done, right? So even for this, whatever the backend storage and things are implemented, these come from these HPC and Lustre based solutions. Fortunate to work with Peter Bram, who is the brainchild of it. And apart from that, I would say other thing is like working on all flash array, which comes to very close to the new age things, wherein interesting solutions were built or proprietary protocols were also built into it. So that's quite a journey. And lately, since in MSys, even based on GPUs, how GPUs can be used in storage and things, that's where building erasure coding and things based solutions. So interesting solutions over the period. It's about also learning as you grow, right? And being inquisitive. I think that would be the word to be used. The more curious you are as a child would be, I think you can achieve those things. Yeah, that's how I think. The storage industry has been evolving. Just to give you the instance or examples, is like when IBM first created something which is like a 5 MB of a drive, it might be of this room size that we are sitting in. While today, much bigger, million times bigger drives are just sitting in the laptops and in the mobiles these days. So the industry has been always evolving, and the way these things I believe happens is like technology helps growing the technology. It starts becoming almost like an exponential curve. So it's like not necessarily you can keep up with everything, but as you grow in your experience, right? Many a times it's like there are different problems in different domains solved in different ways, right? And as you progress, right, you can start applying your those into the newer areas that are coming. So many times at the fundamental level, the solutions and things are pretty much the same, but how and where to implement is what it starts changing and can start make differences. So just to give another example, right, during my college days, right, my professor who was doing some PhD in the university used to say that guys, just learn some Fourier series and things, fast Fourier series. They will help your computers a lot. He was not definitely from computer background, but he used to say that, and lately we are seeing that those things are getting implemented. And now I'm telling you, this is like was told to me almost 25 years or even earlier back. So it's like things have been designed earlier in the time by the mathematicians and physicians, and but are getting implemented even till date, kind of a thing. So if you can really be fundamentally strong, I think you can adopt to those things very much. I won't say easily, but confidently at least. So it's if I have to give an analogy, right? It's like the honeybees get close to the flowers, right? So if you have the right set of flowers, I think the honeybees anyways will come over. So the thing that we can do is definitely try to get new age kind of projects first place, and for which MSys tries to work with startups and grows along with startups. That has been one of our growth story for a longer period. And apart from that, whenever you get the right set of people, right, nurture them and keep them for a longer period, because they are the ones who are going to keep on attracting more and more engineers and stuff. So that's one aspect. And as I said, possibly in the earlier question also, ensure that the folks that come to you, right, are fundamentally strong or are made fundamentally strong, so they can really handle any new problem statement that come to them and surpass it, kind of things. If I have to put this in some perspective, right, it's really more about interests. If something is of your interest or something that is your liking, right, you convert it into your interest, and if you're passionate about it, then that focus and things automatically come. Then it doesn't really matter whether I'm missing a lunch or dinner or whether it's a late night or sort of things, right? So if you're interested in what you're doing, then anything and everything is possible, I would say. So first thing is like be curious so that you can develop the interest, and the more you are interested in the things, the focus would automatically be coming over, kind of. To be frank, maybe I may or may not be doing it, to be frank, but I would say it really just happens, because as professional on the professional part, I'm very much interested on whatever I'm doing. So is on my personal things. I mean, I do love some Indian classical music and things, or do like to look into certain aspects of art and things, or even sports is something that I prefer. So it just happens, and I think the logic is pretty much the same, where if it is interesting to me, I'll make time for it as well. Sometimes I have to sacrifice, but that sacrifice is for something other that is interesting, so it doesn't really make much difference. It's like work as you or play as you work, and vice versa kind of. To be specific, the storage industry is very much close to the systems part of the software ecosystem, if you will. So the things are like the fundamentals have to be very clear. These days I've seen many programmers are there, but engineers are not there, and that's the difference. So it's like, when I say engineer is one who can really think, right? While just a programmer is something who can just program certain things, given a problem statement and just program to it. So that engineering aspect has to be there. One needs to be thinking and really building the fundamentals, because without those things, right? I mean, if I have to tell the theory behind is like, it starts with why is the integer size 32-bit, and how does it really resemble or associate with the registers on the CPU and things. So it really starts at that fundamental level, and then grows up way up in the stack kind of a thing. So if you can really make your fundamentals clear, if you can really understand the algorithms which mathematicians have really built, and then start applying it here, that's the beauty that you can really look into. So I would say concentrate on those aspects. The rest will just happen. That's quite interesting. Maybe I would say, Shriram, you could be a bit carefree. Maybe you could take more chances. Not that I have not grown the ladder also, but maybe it would have taken me to even more places. That's all I would say.